Well, next week, over 4 days, I'll be covering the whole of the NUMSA Congress, which should be quite a watershed Congress. So this will be the last Labour wrap for this year, leading into the last column. But this is also the week where we celebrate the 20th anniversary of the adoption of our justly lauded Constitution and Bill of Rights. At the same time, I think we're seeing definite attacks, threats against certain clauses in that Constitution. And they come about because of what's called the hate speech bill. Now, history has shown, and I think the Constitution agrees on this point, certainly the Bill of Rights, that one can't legislate against thoughts and opinions. All you do in situations like that is to intimidate the public at large and to drive underground the obnoxious ideas and allow them to fester and multiply in secret. We already have laws which cover all contingencies, quite honestly. Now, the Bill of Rights guarantees the right to conscience, to religion, thought, belief, and most importantly, to opinion. But these rights are subject, of course, to the fact that we should not make propaganda for war, incite violence, and crucially, and this is really crucial when it comes to the hate crimes bill and hate speech bill, is that we may not advocate hatred where it, and I quote, constitutes incitement to cause harm. That's the basis of it, incitement to cause harm. If in a strike, for example, there are often strikes and there are often strike breakers, and they're called scabs by strikers. Is this hate speech, or a miserly boss called by the workers a capitalist pig? Is that hate speech? And look, words can be hurtful, definitely. But where they willfully offend the dignity of someone else, then we have already legislation that covers it. It's called crime and injuria, or crimen injuria, depends on how you pronounce it. So, for example, under this proposed new legislation, it seems that a union official, say, for example, after a fatal mine accident, refers to the management as killers. Would this be hate speech, or merely the robust beginning of what should be a debate about, crucially, mine safety? Here in Cape Town, we recently had the case of the rape and murder of a well-known lesbian activist. Hate crime, it was called. No, it was rape. It was murder. I think in many rapes and murders, certainly many rapes, hate is obviously a factor. But we already have legislation that covers it. So words, however, can be hurtful. But censorship is a greater danger to all of us. Trade unionists and workers right across the board, all of us. Especially to the sellers of labour, workers, who don't generally have the resources to be able to defend themselves and to fight back, unless they're pretty well organized within unions, against attacks on their dignity. So I think we should let the racists, the homophobes, the sexists, the assorted bigots, let them have their say. Let them be exposed, let them expose themselves, and then they can be confronted. They can be named, shamed, and if necessary, shunned. Anyhow, that will be the focus of my Inside Labour column this week, which you can access on this platform, Fin24, tomorrow, and a version of which will appear in the City Press business section on Sunday. And of course, next week, on the same platform, you can access what is going on at what may be a watershed Labour conference, and that'll be the NUMSA Congress here in Cape Town. Until then, cheers.